THT. This year, my Aunt Veronica was going to host Thanksgiving. As always, her mansion was the setting for the grand feast. Our family was rather large, with 4 brothers and 4 sisters, but when it came to Veronica, she was always the center of attention. Veronica owned a sprawling mansion in the Bronx and had built up an empire of salons across New York City. People knew her as one of the more well off siblings in the family, but were always whispers of Veronica's success, too much for some to believe, especially considering how hard the economy had been struggling since the Great Recession of 2008. Shops were closing, people were cutting back, yet Veronica's wealth seemed to grow exponentially. The general economy was even worsened by the sleepy president and several wars that the nation was involved in. Still, somehow she expected her business, and the ways seemed impossible concerning not just the local market but even the foreign one. She had just 7 salons in places most couldn't even dream of setting up shop. It didn't make any sense, but then I started to do some more digging, and that's when I stumbled on the rumors, hushed, nervous rumors, but about how she was managed all. Some said she was tied up to the mafia. The local branch of notorious New York syndicate was known for doing favors for people, especially those who owned the money, and Veronica, well, she had debts, not just from her salon early days, but debts when the way her father had left the family nothing when he died in the train accident, except for the weight of his own debts that Veronica had, the eldest, had inherited. Some events that she had connections to the mafia were not just business deals, but life deals. When people didn't know what nobody in the family had realized that Veronica had been forced into the world of shadow deals to survive, to pay off her father's debts and keep her family afloat. She had been working with some dangerous people, that she had been involved with things none of us could even imagine. She was smart, always 2 steps ahead. No one knew exactly how deep she was in, but it was clear Veronica's success had come at a steep price. But then there was me. I'm not exactly who I seem to be. I'm just another nephew or niece at the dinner table. I'm the one who knows things. I'm the one who had been watching. I'd spent years piecing it together, connecting the dots, and learning about the secrets Veronica had buried deep, secrets she had thought no one would ever find out. The truth is, I once partake in the world too. I had spent many years of working for one of the very people Veronica had owed money to, a connection I'd later severed after I realized that they were capable of Veronica. Had no idea I knew so much. I'd been trying to keep my distance, trying to live on my own, but when I found out that she was planning something drastic this Thanksgiving, I couldn't stand by anymore. See, my Aunt Veronica had planned. It wasn't just about turkey or casseroles. She had miraculously arranged the perfectly exit strategy. As she was always doing the family gatherings, Veronica had planned to slip out to dinner during. She excused herself outside for a smoke, make a few calls, chat with her associates in the quiet of the night. She go on one of her long walks, 1 hour or more, pretending that she just got some fresh air, as she so did often. What you didn't know was that this time she wasn't joking around. Walking to clear her head, she was preparing to vanish for good. Veronica's plan was simple yet devastating effect. While she was out on her walk, she would set things in motion inside the house. Once she was gone, she'd ignite the gas pilot light and then leave the house to explode. When she returned, horrifying trembling, she'd find the mansion in ruins, consumed by flames, the family gone, her siblings and relatives, all of us dead. And there was only one surviving sibling. Veronica would be the only sole beneficiary of the multiple insurance claims. To pay out of the life insurance policies of the property insurance and the business insurance would amount to millions. It was all she needed to finally escape the debts of the mafia and the suffocating life she had built for herself. With the money that she could disappear and start a new life and leave everything behind, and her past, her family, and the secrets she'd buried for so long. But I wasn't going to let that happen. I had spent months piecing it together. I knew her plan. I knew she'd set up the perfect escape. Too perfect to calculate. She She didn't always know that I had been watching her every move. I couldn't just sit back and let her destroy everything. I let her turn on our family into casualties for her own gain. I couldn't let I couldn't let her have it all, not like this. I had to stop her. I knew I couldn't confront her directly. Veronica was too clever, too cautious. She's seen everything planned before everything, but I had one advantage. I knew the details of her plan. I knew that she was going to be outside when the explosion happened. I couldn't ask confronting her. She'd suspect me, but I'd rather be to way to sabotage it from the inside. The moment Veronica stepped out, as usual, walking, thinking everything was on the verge of freedom, I would make sure the lights didn't ignite. I would make sure that she came back into an empty house to a plan that had failed, a failure that wasn't hers for the taking. As I sat there thinking Thanksgiving table surrounded by family, I knew that the moment would soon come. Veronica would step out as she always did, and I would be the one to stop her. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe.